Alright guys, Tom here and welcome to my WWE Elimination Chamber 2015 review. Let's get right into this, guys. I'm going to kick it off as soon as we give a chance to everybody to join. So this live stream has just gone live. This is my Elimination Chamber 2015 review. It's just gone live on the channel. We'll wait to get everybody in to the live stream and then we can kick it off. It's going to be a short stream. It's not going to be as long as the predictions live stream, which lasted a very long time. This is just a quick down and dirty review of Elimination Chamber. I thought it was absolutely awesome. We're going to get right into this. Hang on a sec until we get a few people in here, because it does take a while for it to get into the subscription box. But as soon as it does, we're going to get this one down. So I'll share it on Twitter, get this one out, and on the Facebook, and then we can get going. Okay, post to Facebook. It's gone. There we go. I'll tweet it out as well. Live stream. There we go. It's out. And then we can get down and start this. Rightio, win Kevin win, says somebody. Okay, so I'd appreciate it if you guys could hit the like button. Let's absolutely smash the likes if you did enjoy Elimination Chamber, because I thought it was absolutely amazing. This was one of the best WWE pay-per-views they have done in a very, very long time. Absolutely amazing. It was also unpredictable, which we don't see very too often in the WWE anymore. It was classic, very fun to watch. I didn't watch it live, as you may know, but that really didn't matter. I managed to avoid spoilers all day, get home, click on it on the WWE Network and get it watched just in time to do a review right here, right now. It was so good to watch. I loved it. So we're going to start off with the first match, which was the Elimination Chamber Tag Team match, which was the New Day, the Primetime Players, Cesaro and Tyson Kidd, The Ascension, the Lucha Dragons, and Los Matadores. And I thought this was a fantastic match. It was probably the second best match on the card. It was very good, and I hope they do another Tag Team Championship Elimination Chamber match. It was a hell of a lot better than the other Elimination Chamber match. It was so good. The best match they could have started the show with. It was so good, so entertaining. The Lucha Dragons were so good at the start. There was some awesome moves, especially when one of the Lucha Dragons jumped off the chamber right at the top. They jumped off it, and it was so good. Really entertaining from start to finish, was so good. They should so do this again. What a great idea. The WWE always seem to think of new innovative matches to do, and once again they pull it out, and it was really good. It was so good. I want to see one of these matches again. I'm definitely going to give it a rewatch. All the teams were made to look very strong. The Lucha Dragons looked amazing. They looked very much at home in this match, doing some great moves, some sentons off the top of the pods. It was really entertaining when one of the Lucha Dragons got caught by the New Day under the pod. Awesome match. I think even Los Matadores looked good when they first came in and did a few backstabbers. El Torito jumping off the pod. That was awesome. Cesaro looked absolutely freaking amazing. He did a really good drop kick onto somebody who was sat on the turnbuckle. The Ascension even looked good as well. They were made to look very strong. And the Primetime Players, the second to last team, looked very strong as well. So overall, every team looked very, very strong. It definitely showed some promise in the tag team division, which we haven't seen for a long time. I predicted the Lucha Dragons were going to win. The New Day retained, which was kind of the only bad thing about this match, I thought, was that the New Day came out as champions. We had such an epic match, but we had, but we didn't have a new champion crown, which kind of sucked. We had this awesome match, and then we didn't have a new champion crown, which kind of sucked, but that was all that. And it was a really entertaining match, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. The only problem was we had all these tag teams in the match at once, and then in about a space of 5 minutes, I think Cesaro and Tyson Kidd, the Lucha Dragons, and Los Matadores were all eliminated in really quick succession, and then they kind of struggled to bring the momentum up from them because 3 tag teams went really fast, and then the match kind of lost a bit of steam because it had kind of lost a bit of buzz once the Lucha Dragons had got eliminated, Los Matadores had gone, and then Cesaro and Tyson Kidd had gone, I think it was. The Ascension kind of killed that momentum by pinning 3 of the teams in very quick succession. but it was still good. The primetime players looked very, very strong. And the two teams in this were the Ascension and the primetime players, who were the weaker teams out of all of them. Maybe Los Matadores are a weaker team, but WWE definitely made the primetime players and the Ascension look good in this match, and they were probably the two teams which needed to look good in this match, who did need to be, well, they needed to gain some momentum in this match. The primetime players haven't been on TV for a while, and the Ascension have been buried a lot recently, so they looked strong in this match, which is a positive to take out of this match. But once again, the New Day retain, and WWE is still looking for some competitors to face the New Day, because after this match, who is going to step up and face the New Day? The New Day have now beaten everybody. They should have had new champions crowned here, because the New Day have beaten everybody. If maybe the Lucha Dragons have walked out as champions here, then you've got new champions and a feud you can begin with. But now the New Day have beaten everybody and beaten everybody here. Who else is there to face the New Day? They need to start bringing up new tag teams and putting the belts on somebody new so they can start something fresh. The New Day have only recently been crowned champions and already pretty much beaten everybody. So that is a bit of a big disappointment. Okay, so then we've got Nikki Bella, Naomi, and Paige. And this was actually like a really good Divas Championship match. It was probably one of the best Divas matches we have seen in a very long time. It was probably the best Divas match we've seen all year, and it was actually really, really good. Naomi and Paige looked absolutely amazing. They had some great moves in this match. Nikki Bella, the person who walked out as the champion and wins the match, was probably the one that did the least amount of work in this match, which absolutely sucks. I think Naomi and Paige should probably have, either of them should have walked out as champion here. But as I said on my prediction video, they are probably looking towards making Nikki Bella beat AJ Lee's title run, because now AJ Lee's left, they want a new diva to take over her Divas title reign, and it looks like they're actually doing that with Nikki Bella. She's already on almost 200 days, so she's only 90 days short of beating AJ Lee's title reign, and I think that must be what they're doing here, because there's no way they'd keep Nikki Bella as the champion for so freaking long. It's absolutely ridiculous. That must be the reason why they're doing that, or I have no idea why she's still champion, because Naomi and Paige were way better in this match. They looked so much better, but it was still a really entertaining Divas match. It was really fast-paced. There was always some action happening. It wasn't boring at all. It was a good triple threat match, and actually one of the better matches on the card. I would say it's probably like, out of the 6 matches, it was probably the 5th best match, but all the matches are that good, it's hard to, well, actually, it was probably the 4th best match. But it was still a really good match and one of the best Divas matches we have seen this year. Sadly, Nikki Bella walks out as champion again. How boring is that? We need a new champion soon, but I think it's pretty obvious they're trying to make her beat AJ Lee's title run now, and that's almost pretty much confirmed now. I mean, that must be why she's still champion, because he's absolutely shit. She did nothing here and still walks out as champion, but it was still a good match. So I'll give it a thumbs up, which is rare for me. I actually watched this Divas match, which is pretty cool. Somebody says, Nikki Stuck, she is the new Super Cena. Exactly. She walks as champion all the time, and it's really freaking annoying. She's still the champion, and she won in Hell in a Cell. How ridiculous is that? Okay, I'm just blocking some people because... There we go. Okay. Nikki isn't even the best Bella. Brie is so much hotter, less slutty, and the best wrestler, Brie mode. Well, to be honest, I think Nikki Bella is better than her sister, but they're not. They shouldn't be at the top. They should definitely not be where they are. It's absolutely ridiculous where they are. And I don't know. It's just ridiculous how she's still champion when we've got all these great divas to choose from. She's still the Divas champion, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. And Naomi should have been given the belt months ago. Paige is the best diva. She proved it last night, and how Nikki Bella is still the champion is absolutely beyond me. I have no idea. It must be because they want to make her beat AJ Lee's run. We'll then move on, but I don't want to say it was a bad match, because it wasn't. It was freaking awesome. But we'll then move on to Kevin Owens against the United States champion John Cena. This was one of the best matches of the year. This was so freaking good. It was absolutely amazing. Holy shit, I marked the fuck out when Kevin Owens beat John Cena. We thought it was a bit much to ask for Kevin Owens to beat John Cena so much that he gets himself disqualified. But for Kevin Owens to actually beat John Cena in the middle of the ring is absolutely unheard of. This was exactly how the internet wrestling community wanted this match to go down. You wanted Kevin Owens to go over, but for Kevin Owens to go over with a win over John Cena in the middle of the ring is absolutely unheard of. We did not expect to see that, and it absolutely happened. Kevin Owens was absolutely amazing in this match. He was doing so much crazy shit. He even hit John Cena with an AA. And then when like that was just so freaking good. He did some moonsaults off the top rope. He just looked absolutely amazing. His pop-up powerbomb just comes out of nowhere. He's brilliant. He's absolutely awesome. I cannot wait for the rematch already. I'm going to have to go back and rewatch this match. John Cena, a lot of people complain that he doesn't put anybody over, but come on, he absolutely put over Kevin Owens here. There's nothing more better than what he could have done here. Zach Brown, fight, Kevin, fight, win, Kevin, win, KO. Okay, that's exactly what I was thinking. He was absolutely awesome tonight, and he definitely deserved to go over. That was the obvious decision here. Kevin Owens to go over. He's just come up from NXT. It was the obvious decision, but we never thought John Cena was actually going to put him over, but he did, and that was an absolutely awesome moment, and they've made an absolute star out of Kevin Owens in his first pay-per-view match. It was so entertaining, and it's going to get a big thumbs up from me. That was one of the best matches we'll see all this year. But I want to see the next match for the US title, or maybe even a no DQ. We'll have to see. But anything between Cena and Owens from now on is going to be freaking awesome. Neville against Bo Dallas kind of didn't make any sense. This was kind of the reason they put this on the card is because they didn't want Neville to take a loss in the Intercontinental Championship match, so they put Neville in a separate match so he didn't lose. So he was obviously winning against Bo Dallas here. This match meant nothing. I think this is like the third pay-per-view in a row Neville's been put in a match like this on a pay-per-view where it means absolutely nothing. They can't seem to fit this guy in any storyline whatsoever. He is in the ladder match for the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, thankfully. He hasn't had a real feud yet, and he's already getting a bit boring on me. I mean, like I just said, it's his third pay-per-view match where he's had a meaningless match, which has lasted way too long. He's done the same thing every match, and they really haven't released his potential yet. He hasn't had a proper feud. Feuding with the guys like Bo Dallas and people like that, it's going to do absolutely nothing for him. Neville really needs to get his teeth into a feud. He hasn't actually had a proper feud yet, and these matches are doing absolutely nothing for him. It would have been better if we just got an extra 10 minutes of Kevin Owens versus John Cena. That would have been so much better. Chris Morris says Neville Dallas fell flat. I've got to agree. I think it's just another boring match, which absolutely meant nothing for Neville. They need to do a lot better with him. Think about a match where, think about a feud that, well, they need to actually like give him a feud. He hasn't actually had one yet. I mean, it's absolutely retarded. NXT was better for them. Well, they haven't actually thought of anything to do with Adrian Neville at the moment. It's absolutely retarded. I mean, this guy's been in for 2 months now, and they've pretty much done absolutely nothing for him. Apart from that match against John Cena, he had it in his, I think it was his first match. He's done absolutely nothing. These pay-per-view matches are doing nothing. Big waste of time, and that was the worst match on the show. I mean, you can get better matches on Friday Night SmackDown, and I just realized it's not even called that anymore. The next match was Ryback, Sheamus, BMB, Dolph Ziggler, R-Truth, and Mark Henry in the Intercontinental Championship Elimination Chamber match. This sucked. It went on for way too long. We thought Bray Wyatt was going to be Mark Henry's replacement, and it actually turned out... we thought Bray Wyatt was going to be Rusev's replacement, and it turned out to be Mark Henry. If it's Mark Henry over Bray Wyatt, that absolutely sucks. Why wasn't Bray Wyatt on this pay-per-view instead of Mark Henry? Mark Henry and also Ryback looked stiff as hell in this match. They can't work for shit. It looked absolutely awful. Mark Henry was literally walking around the whole match trying to do stuff. I thought Sheamus was walking out as the champion here. He's the only viable option they had to put the belt on somebody. Sheamus, he would have brought prestige back. They originally put it on Bryan to put prestige on the belt, but Sheamus equally would have done the same now that Bryan's injured. They decided to go with Ryback here. I disagree with that completely. I don't think we've seen a good Ryback match yet, apart from the one against Cena 2 years ago in the 3 stages of hell. Apart from that, Ryback hasn't impressed me whatsoever. Yes, it's probably time Ryback picked up a belt, but honestly, do you think this is really going to bring prestige back to the Intercontinental Championship? They should have put it on Sheamus because that definitely would have done that. Even if they put it on Bray Wyatt, it definitely would have done that. But Ryback, it's pretty much cementing the belt as an Intercontinental Championship as being a mid-card belt. It would have done a lot better on Sheamus's waist. Are they just really trying things out with Ryback here? I have no idea. It would have been a lot better for me, in my opinion, if Sheamus walked out as the champion here. I think they may have done that because they didn't want too many heels winning the matches. I mean, for example, Seth Rollins walks out as the champion. Owens walks out as the New Day walk out. I mean, maybe they did that because they didn't want another heel walking out with a belt, possibly. But Ryback, really, I've never really been impressed with Ryback. I think he's a great guy, but do you think that was really the best option to make Ryback the champion? I disagree. Anyway. Yeah, I thought this match was really, really boring. It went on for way too long. There was a spot when Sheamus first came in, when he had that little pendant locked in the steel door. I thought that was really clever. That was a really, really clever way to maybe give Sheamus, so Sheamus could choose when he came in. But the commentators didn't really pick up on that. They kind of like, oh, he's got it trapped in there. Oh, Sheamus has now decided to come in. Like, they didn't really pick up on the fact that he'd done that statistically. To give himself an advantage. They didn't really talk about that, but I thought that was a really, really clever spot in the match. But then when Sheamus came in, everything just like died. It was just really dead. There was only 3 guys in. I think it was like Mark Henry and Ryback left. It was really slow. Nothing was happening. It went on for way too long. It looked awkward. They were just going through the motions, but it wasn't entertaining at all. It wasn't real wrestling. It was just... The reason is because they only gave it 2 weeks to build this match. 2 weeks is hardly any time to build any match, but an Intercontinental Championship match is hardly any time to build it up. I mean, nobody cares about the belt anyway, but to give them 2 weeks to build it and make us invested in this match was no time whatsoever. Hardly anybody in here I care about. I think Sheamus, I like. Apart from that, I don't really care. Ryback, I don't like him. Bad News Barrett, not really impressive at the moment. Ziggler, we've been there, done that with the belt. R-Truth hasn't been on TV for ages. Mark Henry hasn't been on TV for ages. So this was already a flat match before it even started. So how the hell could we enjoy this match? Anyway, Ryback walks out as champion. We'll have to see how that one goes. I honestly am a bit skeptical about this one, but we'll have to see. There's been worse decisions. But overall, the match sucked. Dean Ambrose against Seth Rollins for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Honestly, this match was actually, at the start, it wasn't that good. I wasn't too impressed. But as it went along, it was actually pretty impressive and it was pretty good. We've seen Ambrose and Rollins put on better matches in the past, but it was still a good match and it was a decent main event. I think overall, the ending actually took me quite by surprise. I thought Seth Rollins was just going to walk out by cheating, but I didn't really expect the ending. I thought they needed a good ending like this so we'd remember the match. If we didn't have a good ending like this, then we just wouldn't have remembered the match because we've seen Ambrose against Rollins so many times before. It needed an ending like this for us to remember it. And I think this is a really good opportunity to build towards another Ambrose versus Rollins match because Ambrose technically won, but he didn't. So that'll give him a chance to build another awesome match between Rollins against Ambrose because whenever they go in the ring, it's always good. So I'm not going to complain at another match between Ambrose and Rollins. So this match, it was decent. It was good. I think there was better matches on the card. I think the tag team match was decent. That was probably better. And obviously Owens versus Cena pretty much stole the show. So this one was overshadowed by those 2 matches, but it was still a good match. Maybe the fact that we've already seen it before would suck, but it was still good. I'm not going to complain. It was good. And the ending was so good as well. Ambrose, I thought, oh, it's going to be the typical thing where the referee's knocked out. He's not going to get the win. And then that's how it's going to end. But actually, a referee ran down, which was actually cool and took me by surprise. He counted the 1, 2, 3. And then Ambrose was the champion. Everybody was like cheering. It was the first time the crowd were actually noisy. I was buzzing. I was like, holy shit, it's going to happen. He's won the championship. Oh my God, this is the best thing ever. But then the referees are like, oh, he's disqualified, blah, blah, blah. So Ambrose doesn't win the championship, but then Ambrose walks out with the championship into the crowd, which was a pretty cool ending. I honestly thought it was cool that they had another referee run out there as soon as the other referee got taken out. We haven't seen that before. I thought that's pretty cool. It brought me back to when Paul Heyman counted RVD's match against Cena. The crowd absolutely popped when that happened. The crowd popped here. But it's great storytelling because technically Ambrose won and we're really annoyed about that. But once again, Seth Rollins survives. So it's kind of annoying, but it's also a really good way to build up this title match that we'll probably get at Money in the Bank. Overall, this was a really, really good pay-per-view. The first match, the tag match, was great. They should so do that again. The Divas match, a good Divas Championship match once again. Owens, Cena stole the show. Probably the best match of the year so far. Neville, Bo Dallas, that sucked. The Elimination Chamber match for the IC Champion kind of sucked, but it was still an Elimination Chamber match, so kind of cool anyway. Ambrose against Rollins, once again, they are absolutely awesome. Cool ending. We will always remember it. So overall, it was a great pay-per-view. Hopefully, you have enjoyed my live stream of this Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. Yes, what are people saying? Hey, Tom. Hello. Kevin Owens versus John Cena was the best match, followed by the Tag Team Elimination Chamber match. I have got to agree. Ripe, lol. Why WWE put Kofi in the Money in the Bank match? What the fuck? I have no idea, actually. I was really like, what the fuck are they doing? Are they not going to have a tag team match at Money in the Bank? I think they should have a tag team Money in the Bank, not a tag team ladder match where they got 2 belts above, back from WrestleMania 19. I think that's what they're kind of hinting at. But if Kofi's in that match, then I don't know. Can they still do that? Maybe they'll just use Xavier Woods and Big E for that. Maybe. Do you think a ladder tag team championship match sounds like a good idea? That sounds like a good idea to me. They might be hinting at it since the Elimination Chamber was a great success. Lucha Dragon should have lasted longer. Yes, definitely. That's a good point I was going to mention. They definitely should have lasted longer because they were the guys that were making they were doing the best in the match. They were the guys that were keeping the crowd entertained. And then when they got like eliminated, I was like, yeah. It never really picked up ever since the Lucha Dragons got eliminated, which kind of sucked. They put Kingston in Money in the Bank because he's sick in Money in the Bank and Royal Rumble matches. That is a good point, but it kind of proves that they hardly have anybody in the roster to go in these ladder matches if they have to use a tag team championship member. What's Lana backwards? No, terrible idea. So you don't want to see a ladder match for the tag team titles? Who do you think will win Money in the Bank? I think it's Roman Reigns. Owens having back surgery tomorrow. He was carrying Cena's ass. I think Cena actually looked really good in this match. I think he did a lot to put over Kevin Owens in this match. You've got to give Cena credit where it's due. Hey, Tommy. Hello. Have I already said that one? Is it Harry Potter day today, Tom? Lol. Yes, I'm wearing glasses. Sheamus was really clever that game. I know it was a pretty cool spot, but then like they didn't really comment on it. It was like, okay, that happened. Anyway, that's pretty much it. If you guys have anything to say, if you disagree with anything I have to say, comment now, or you won't have a chance to comment. I suppose you could comment in the video if you want to, but that's all I really have to say about Elimination Chamber. I thought it was pretty frigging awesome. When's your exams, Tom? I have one on Friday, one the week after, and then 2 the week after that. And that's pretty much that. I think I finished on the 19th of June. So not long. 18 days. I know, right? Cena is shit. Botches moves. Can't take bumps. Yes, he can't take bumps. But he did put over Kevin Owens. I mean, that was a lot more than what we could have asked for. And he did it. It's not a clean loss. He will make an excuse tonight. Yes, that's typical John Cena. He did that against Bryan at SummerSlam. He then came out and said his arm was hurting or something like that. Yes, live stream your papers. Cena was almost yelling out those moves. Yes, he does that all the time. It's frigging annoying. You could hear them right at the start and all the way through the match. What spots they were doing. I think the first match, the first spot they even did, I heard what they were going to do. I mean, Cena, be quiet, please. Ryback's moment felt flat. Yeah, I know. The Corpus Christi crowd was absolutely shit. They didn't help a lot at all. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say about Elimination Chamber. I thought it was pretty good, and that was one of the best pay-per-views we have seen in a very, very long time. Thank you. Good luck with your exams. Cheers. Lick Owens lick. Anyway, that is my live stream thoughts on Elimination Chamber 2015. I hope they do another tag team Elimination Chamber match because that was frigging awesome. They should so do that again. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you have, in fact, enjoyed this live stream. There's been a few dicks in the chat. You probably know who you are if you're still watching. I mean, I don't appreciate that. It's a bit dickish. Mark Henry had no people at all. Why wasn't it Wyatt? Yeah, I know. So, yeah, if you're a dick and want to come in this live stream and just be a knob like that, then maybe you find that fun, but that's not fun for most people. But just a few knobs from college, and yes. So, you rock. Thank you. So, we're going to call it a day. That was my thoughts. Sona and Owens at Money in Bank, and he will be ready with that golden shovel. I don't think so. I think Owens is probably going to go over again, or he's going to win by KO, or he's going to get disqualified. Haters going to hate. I know, right? Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. This is the last goodbye I'm going to make. Thank you for coming. Just a short review. I haven't got a lot of time on my hands. Stop being knobs, you idiots. Thank you, Jen Sean. Take care. Spite your hair.